our special meeting of the Edmond City Council. I hereby call this meeting to order. Welcome everyone. This will be a special meeting, video conference only. It will be using the Zoom application for transcribing the meeting or sending the meeting. All four of our council members and myself are here and will participate remotely in this video conference. This meeting will be conducted video Zoom. It can be watched on channel 20 on Cox Cable and TNT Uverse channel 99. And it also can be watched on the city's website. Mr. Murdoch, can you tell us the legal requirements for the meeting?
The Edmond City Council will close the council chambers and hold a special meeting this evening by video conference. This change is to protect the public health while maintaining critical operations and is in accordance with recent changes to the State Open Meeting Act as set out in Senate Bill 661. The changes define how to hold open meetings remotely during the COVID-19 pandemic and national emergency. Each member of the City Council and members of the city staff are participating remotely via video conference. The posted agenda provides notice to the public on how to watch the meeting and connect to the meeting. Also, should a connection with any one of the City Council members present in the meeting be lost, the meeting will be recessed to reestablish the connection. We will recess the meeting up to a maximum of 30 minutes to reestablish the connection. If reconnection is not possible, the meeting will be reconvened to Tuesday, May 19th, 2020, or at a later date and time. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Appreciate that very much. Casey, would you mind informing the public how they could participate in this meeting if they wish to speak?
Yes, sir. If anybody would like to speak during the public comment portion tonight, when the mayor asks for any public comment, at that time we ask everyone to use the raise hand feature. If you've joined via the Zoom application, you can find that under the participants tab. You can hit raise hand. If you have called in tonight and you would like to speak during public comment, you can do that by hitting *9. At that time, I will unmute you, turn on your camera if appropriate, and you may address the council at that time. Please share your first and last name and your address.
Thank you very much, Casey. Appreciate that very much. Today is week number 8 of the declaration of emergency that we have regarding COVID-19. We first started this program on March 18th. This was the first emergency that we declared. We issued a proclamation last week dated May 11th that basically pursued phase 2 of the hours program that the state of Oklahoma has adopted for our recovery and gradually moving our community towards a open business arrangement. Tonight we're reviewing what we did last week. We are reviewing some of the status of city services. There have been 2 actual proclamation changes since our last meeting that are of note. One of them was a proclamation from CDC called the tree decision-making process. And there were 6 areas that the federal government and the CDC suggested that they follow this decision tree regarding changes and incorporating good business practices while safely protecting the public. These 6 ones concerned workplaces, schools, youth programs, child care programs, restaurants and bars, and public health considerations for mass transit, okay? And we encourage the public that are involved in those kind of business to make sure that they follow the latest CDC guidance concerning your business if it involves one of those 6 areas. The second thing that was recently issued was today, and I asked our city attorney to explain that later today. The governor revised some of his guidance concerning this pandemic. First, as we've done in the past, I'll ask our city manager, Larry Stevens, to give us an update on where the city is in terms of our services reminding the folks which activities are open for business and some of the changes maybe that we've made. Larry?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Mayor, members of the council. Of course, the phase 2 reopening activities went into effect last Friday. It's our understanding that those are proceeding well. We haven't really heard about a lot of incidents concerning that. Some specifics that I think would be of interest to people in our community. The Department of Public Safety office in the downtown community center is continuing to operate by appointment only. They plan to accept walk-ins, I believe, after June 1st. The county court clerk's office in the downtown community center has not yet reopened. The library has announced plans to reopen on Tuesday, June the 2nd. They've also indicated that masks will be required for both their staff and visitors, and that they'll also provide those if needed. Solicitors licenses through the city. Cindy Covell, our city clerk, will begin accepting those applications in her office tomorrow, and we will begin issuing licenses June 1st. We're also planning for increased public access to city facilities on June 1st as well. Pelican Bay Aquatic Center is planning to open Saturday, June 6th at this point. The splash pad at Main and Kelly or near that intersection, we're still evaluating options concerning the splash pad. There's some other issues we have to deal with there, and we're still trying to work through those. The beaches at Arcadia Lake were open as of May 15th. We had a question about that. The senior center, we intend to wait until after June 1st to reopen that, and we're still evaluating our options concerning that. So I guess that's an update on some of the things we're looking at, and if any of you have any questions, we'll certainly try to answer them.
Any questions, council, for Larry?
No.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I heard one of the major business, go ahead. I heard one of the major businesses in town, sort of unique to our community, is Showbiz open today. And I thought that was really pretty special. There's a lot of activities at Showbiz in addition to just the movies. Obviously, they have an arcade, and they have some exercise areas and a bowling alley, and they have a dine-in restaurant out there. So that will be interesting to see how they adjust to this. And they not only opened their places here in Edmond, but also their places in Texas at the same time. So it was a united opening, shall we say. And I also heard that the Kicking Bird Golf Men's Association may be starting tournament play real soon. So for those golfers that were involved in that, that's sort of a big deal anyway. Is there anything else that, Nick, did you get a chance to practice this weekend?
Got a chance to play for a bunch of people at Patriarch this weekend, so that was very exciting. Get to play again.
That's, I'm sure it was fun. I'm sure you had a good time out there. Anyway, the utility offices aren't open yet, but you can, right? You can call and do business at the window, and if necessary, they'll make an appointment for you. Is that true, Larry?
Yeah, yes, that is true.
Okay. All right. Matt, can you give us a report on the status of the county health department records and data and all of their statistics, whether we're continuing to meet the gateways that we have in our community or our county? Need to unmute Matt.
Okay, there we go. Well, good evening, Mayor and Council. Hope you're all doing well. Not a whole lot of change since the report last Monday. We're up to 69 confirmed locations in Edmond for confirmed cases. The information we're getting from the health department as far as the gating information continues to move favorably. in the direction that would justify the direction that we're moving in. So can't really get into a lot of the specifics. A lot of that's proprietary information from the health department. Certainly, if any of you have individual questions, I can go ahead and take and answer those to you offline. But certainly, we're encouraged with the trends that we're seeing in the latest reports. So Council and Mayor, I'm not sure if you have any questions. Be glad to answer anything that you have.
Thank you. So far, everything is real favorable. I've looked at the county's reports, and it's pretty detailed sometimes, but sometimes reports are sketchy and come in at different times. So
They are, and you know, we formed a very positive relationship with the health department folks. And the Mayor, I know that you speak to the same people that we speak to on Fridays, and they're very gracious about explaining those numbers to us and clarifying so that we have confidence in what those numbers are saying. So,
all right, thank you very much. Any questions, Council? No. Okay. Next, we'll ask Mr. Murdoch to give us a summary of what we did last week after the council meeting, and also perhaps some insights of what we're looking forward to in terms of the next phase. Murdoch?
Thank you, Mayor and Council. We, as you know, we adopted a revised declaration you'll see at our last meeting. Basically, we continue to stay in step with the Open Up and Recover Safely plan from the governor's office, and announced some additional city facilities that were going to be open, as Mr. Stevens already alluded to. The declaration that we are working under indicates that we will make any necessary revisions by May 29th, or at least be reevaluated no later than May 29th. Our next regular city council meeting is Tuesday, May 26th, and so that'll be an item on your agenda so that we can give any update and discuss where we might go from there. The plan that we've been continuing to follow the past month or so, the Open Up and Recover Safely plan, it was revised a little bit today, and the revision related to in phase 2 and phase 3, we provided some details and limitations with regard to visits to hospitals, and set up some rules for that. Previously, the IRS plan prohibited visitors to hospitals. So that included that for both phase 2 and phase 3. The IRS plan specifies that the phase 3 would have a goal of commencing on June 1st, and that further details for phase 3 will be provided once the state enters phase 2. So staff is continuing to monitor the state's actions with regard to any changes, and we'll advise you whenever we see them. I won't guess, I'll just assume that sometime in the next week or so, we'll see some additional guidelines and details that will guide us as we get closer to the June 1st date, and we will keep you updated in that regard. Glad to answer any questions, but that's where we are. As Mr. Stevens indicated, since we went into phase 2 on Friday, I have not heard of any particular problems or issues that have occurred since that time, but we're continuing to monitor all those situations. Thank you.
Any other questions, Council, for Mr. Murdoch? No. One of the things I attended this week was unfortunately a funeral for one of our past members of the City Council, Mr. Tom Kennedy. And that was facilitated by the fact that we were Saturday morning and we were in phase 2. Weddings and funerals are now open for attendance, and it's no longer a problem with the gathering issues that had previously. We're still doing the farmers market, and that's turned out pretty good. And I'm really pleased with the way the community has participated in our parks and the activities there. Any other thoughts, Council? Okay. Very well. As far as I know, there's no need for any action on our council's part. Casey, do we have anyone that would like to make a comment?
We have no hands raised at this time.
Okay. So it looks like we have sort of an agreement or understanding that things seem to be moving pretty good, and like we had hoped. We're thankful for the public support of our efforts to get back in business, but do it safely and in consideration of each other and maintaining social distance and wearing masks where appropriate when you're too close. So, is there anything else in the best interest of the council? I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Move to adjourn.
We have a second?
Second.
Okay. Mrs. Covell, you want to call the roll?
Council members Chapman,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Massey,
Yes.
Mayor O'Neill.
Yes, that motion passed. Thank you all very much, and we'll see you next Tuesday at the city council meeting. Thank you.
Thank you.